Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. City Skylines. We're back in my city. Been a couple days, and I do not want to make a video entirely complaining, but 2 days worth of misery is tough to ignore. Oh, did I have a hard time. And again, I don't think it's going to look like I've made much progress in all that time. But what you see is what you get. Most of my time was wasted on picayune not minor issues, but issues that just don't seem to want to fix themselves. Mainly death care, just taking its sweet old time. I have death care all the way up to the top, and it's still not working. I have death care all over the place, and as you can plainly tell, it just keeps popping up. Well, that might not be an issue, but it is annoying. It is very annoying. Roads. Oh my gosh, roads. I'm getting the hang of the, how would you say, this thing. I'm sorry. TMPE, this timed traffic lights. I'm gonna zoom out of this. I just think it's cute when the hearses pull up and they remove a casket. I'm gonna go over here real quick to my old place because I expanded my industries, but you will see this route here is just killing me. I added this. I added this. I even added an other way for them to go over the dam all the way out of my city. 2 directions. And this is still, oh my goodness, wrong keys again. Look at this. And this is a timed traffic light. I actually got it to work after about an hour of fiddling with it. I finally figured out how it works. But this bridge will back up on occasion. This always backs up. This bridge sometimes backs up. I cannot get the TMPE time traffic light that I did here to work here. No matter what I do, I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. I did it right and now I can't do it again. These 2 lanes go at the same time regardless, and it's very frustrating. And I just said, that's it. I am done. I don't want to mess with this anymore. So this backs up all the way into town here, and I don't know what to do. Now, the second issue I was having in this particular area, my midtown, this was all business here along these 2 strips. And I don't know why. Now, the crematorium, I set down there because, again, death. I must have like 25 of them, maybe more. But this is an afterthought. This was all business. But this one strip here, out of all of them, I mean, it's a decent chunk of business here, right? But these buildings right inside here constantly weren't getting goods. We're not getting enough goods. Trucks can go through. All of the traffic can go through here. There is a way for them to come off here, okay, through the city this way, out this way. They can come down this road, meet up here. Well, no, that's the one coming in. They can come down here. They can come through here to there, well, down to here, through the roundabout, and either way, right? Now this one will take you down this outer, which has the bridge here, to the industries. There's this one. Okay, goes around. I don't know why. Everybody else is doing fine and not complaining. But this here, I just said, that's it. So many times, that's why I'm saying it's going to sound like I'm being a curmudgeon, and I don't mean to, but Oh my gosh. Frustration just mounted hour after hour. So I just deleted everything. I said goodbye. I'm done listening to you over and over and over again. Now, I think what I can do to make the video less complaining is I will show you my new area, which I'm a little excited about. I spent a lot of time just on terraforming. But here's my new area built up. Doesn't look too bad. I gave them a nice plaza area here. And I'm thinking I got some more. I went into this monuments and unique buildings. And I got a few more, so maybe I should take these. Are these offices or business? They're offices, yeah. I could take this maybe out and put those in and then get rid of the offices and change it to maybe dark blue business should be in here instead of offices. But if I understand correctly, offices don't cause traffic and they replace industry. So maybe I just plunk them in there because of a need. But you'll notice here they've kind of leveled off. I haven't expanded anything. I did, but I haven't had to do it in a while. I actually had industry over here just to keep up with demand. And then I ended up getting rid of it because what I did was, if we come across my bridge here into my other office district here, which is still thriving, there are over 1,000 using this. What is it? I'm sorry, it's early and my brain has not quite kicked in yet. What underground railway? And then I have another one up here. Right here. There's over 1,000 passengers on either. I can't think of the word right now. This is what I expanded. I smoothed this out just a little bit so that this road worked better coming down toward my industry. And then I added this. This is no longer ore because the industry demand was so high. I stopped my ore on this road. So all of this is ore and this is just industry. Now I ended up having them down here as well. And then these guys started complaining that they didn't have any workers. So I got rid of this and everything fell into place. Everybody has a bus route. Everybody has the underground railway. What is this called? Oh my gosh. I added this. I fixed this up, actually. This has always been here. But coming off this underground here, which just goes across here, part of the problem with the bridges, it is trucks, I know, but that's all right. I gave them 4 lanes, 2 going this way and 2 go up that way, right? So they have a drop-off point and then they get back on the expressway. And it's working. It's just not that big of a deal. So they can come into my farming, which has expanded. I haven't quite put anything down yet, but this is the last of my farm. I ended up putting some over here because I was working on this area. I couldn't quite figure out what to do. So I put farming here. There is farmable land here, but they're not, this area just is not complaining too much. There's not that much going on. And every time it says to add industry, I don't think about farming. I keep thinking about ore, and I'm like, I don't want any more ore. So they have a underground train station. What's it called? Metro. Oh my goodness. Seriously? A subway station. Wow. Okay, they have one. Wow, that was bad. I tweaked this. This used to just come in and out here. And I said, no, we're going to have them come in this way. You can leave that way, but you could also leave this way. Okay? So those are one-way roads out and in. That freed up. It doesn't look like it, but it was a lot worse. It freed it up. And then I moved this around because this was just going this way. So I kind of jazz that up a little bit. I did put houses on the outskirts. They don't seem to be complaining too much. but I haven't had to add anything to the farming district here in a while. Of course, you'll see my pedestrian paths I'm getting better at those. I'm starting to get the hang of M. You just click the letter M on your keyboard and move it. Oh, wow. I'm doing really well. Oh, this is going to be a bad video. So I added this, and again, the one way in and one way out. So you can go this way. Well, that wasn't quite right. This way. You can come in this way, and you can leave underground, which goes over here and hooks up here to get on to go across, and they're all one way. I put a pedestrian bridge up because so many, and I don't mind that they're walking across here. It was just really hard to get this thing to work here because it's a 3. I don't know why, but now that I'm getting the hang of it, I might not even need this pedestrian bridge builder. I like it. It's fun. Oh, I kind of messed it. Uh-oh. Is my water level going down? Because I didn't touch the land here. Maybe it was always like that and I just never noticed. Oh, no, there it goes. Yeah, my water level went down, didn't it? Wow. Anyway, I added this pedestrian bridge. It took me about 18 tries, but I finally got it. So you see, it does look a little wonky in spots. But boy, do they like it. And I'm sorry, I like high. I like high things. I don't mind it. I know. Not the height, the realism. I know a lot of people think it looks ridiculous. But it got them going into not only oil, but if they walk down here, oh, that bridge is gone. Oh, you know what? I expanded this road. Okay, so anyway, I had another bridge coming across to my farm area. Look at all the death. These guys have new bus routes. That was the other thing. I must have done and undone bus routes 50 times. They have a way through Metro, 2 bus lines. I expanded my oil to include another cargo hub, which is not as used as that one, but that's fine. See the backup for that one? Look at the car. But it doesn't matter. Eventually, maybe they'll figure it out. So all of my oil has expanded down this way. And I think that's about it. Because I clicked on the endless ore and oil option in the menu. And it is doing well for my city. I am on the unlimited money, but you'll notice down here, I was up to $31,000 here. And I was so pleased. And then I had to crank up my death care. Look at that. That's how many crematoriums and cemeteries I have in this city, not to mention all the hospitals and clinics. Because if I put it back down to 100, they won't pick up the bodies. Regardless of the number of crematoriums I have, it's insane. But this is how much money I actually have. 116,000. Ooh, 1,000. No, that's just how much I'm making from, right? Yeah. Okay, that scared me. Oh, that's scary. Yeah, okay, this is what I wanted to show you. So I'm up to level 3. I think that's as high as generic industry goes, which is fine. Because ore is just making me a decent profit. And oil is the second one. Now farming, not so much, but I'm sorry. I just adore those buildings, the farm buildings. I like the idea of having a farm in my city, which sounds incongruous. You don't have a farm in a city, but you know what I mean. I was making really good money until that. Well, that was one of those rage things. I'm like, you know what? You don't want to pick up dead bodies? Fine. Take all my money away. I'm just going to throw you all the way up there. And if you can't do it then, I don't know what to tell you. And I've left it there ever since. Now they do keep emptying. Obviously that's going to happen. But here's my, what should I say? Piece de resistance. Instead of working on this, which I eventually did, and I'm not unhappy with it. Actually, I have another Detroit landmark here. Oh, I couldn't fit the Detroit landmark in. Well, there's Times Square. Everything's bad. Okay, I'm not doing well. I could not fit a lot of the unique buildings in because I just don't have this. I did not know they were that huge. Oh, got another one going. Okay, maybe that will help. I wanted to put one of those tall skyscrapers between here. These are assets, and I think they're cute. They're called British Aldi's. We have an Aldi's, so that's not a big... And sadly, they're on the wrong side. And I don't like the shadowing. There was a mod that would adjust the thing. I have mine on warm. And then I got a Boots here. It was a packet of British, like, stores, convenience and otherwise. I have like a Laura Ashley and Sainsbury's, whatever. I can't remember what they're called. Now I need to put, because I have the water tower down there. Maybe I could put the water tower in the middle because it's pretty. But I do have these other two circular things that I can decorate. I just, as I mentioned in my last video, I got rid of so many assets just to get the game to work properly. I'm going to have to go back into the workshop and try and find some cool items. Because everything I have, as I mentioned, it takes up this much space. They're this big to put down, and those circles are just too small. All right, moving on. This is my high-end area. I called it fancy, the fancy district. Oh, that was my bus lines. I called the bus lines the fancy district. They ended up calling it the autumn district, and I don't mind that name, but you're welcome to give me suggestions for names for these districts and my city. You're welcome to do that. I will take suggestions. All right, here we go. Ready? This is silly. This was the hill. Okay, too low. Let's go up. This was the hill that was across. Remember, we were trying to figure out what these guys would be looking at here. And it's just a hill. Well, instead of getting rid of the hill, oh, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. I went up the hill. I tried to smooth it as best I could. Do not complain about my road placement. I know it is not realistic at all. I wish these roads, when they did that, had at least railings on them, for heaven's sake. Oh, they do. My goodness, I can hardly see them. Oh, well, now I feel much better. that tiny little piece of railing is going to save everybody's life. But see, there's none here. Ta-da! Came all the way up to the... Oh, okay, wrong. Sorry. Called it the Wealth District. It's probably going to be the Wealth District down here. But I figured these guys would be more than happy to look out over the ocean there. I don't know what I'm going to put on this island yet, but I don't think it's going to matter at this height. They're going to be able to see it anyway. And then we come out here to a peak. One of my asset observatories fits here, but it kind of hangs over the edge a little bit. So maybe I've got the walking path. I don't know. I could put down those benches, and I do have, I believe, floral hedges and maybe a couple fences. I have not worked with those yet. Okay, and then you come around here. Okay, here we go. Oh no, that's it. That's the only way in and out is this way. Come down here. But you can also... Oh, lordy. I stink at this. Okay, this is coming off the main center area here. You can come up this hill, which is, yes, it's steep. I know it's steep. I could have brought the land out a little bit further, but that would have just dropped that down. Oh, it's the best I could do. Don't be too harsh with me, please. So you come in here. Now I've got a road this way and I've got a road that way. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with those yet. But I figure you guys could look out over this way. And another hill. But I mean, the waterway is there and the ocean is beyond. Not that bad. And then, of course, here I would probably just put something eye-appealing. Couldn't exactly... Well, maybe I could get a little path up here. Mountain climbers. So it's a little wonky looking road, but I didn't care. I wanted to edge it as best I could. Now this... It's a little up and down, but hopefully it won't be too bad. And of course you wouldn't put anything here. And then I flatten this out to build more whatever. This is an even better view of the ocean and the islands. So I thought that was fun, and it is right up on my... This area intrigues me as well. I'm looking forward to coming back here. But I'm also looking forward to finishing this off. And we still have these two islands. And all of this down to here with another cliff with those ruins on them. Traffic down this way did pick up. And it's understandable because of what I've been doing on my industry island. Makes perfect sense. I fixed the train track, by the way. I hope that's not too fast. So I got rid of the extra one that went over here and hooked in here. I don't know why I had that there. So this train can go this way. It can go straight that way. Yes. Because it can also go this way and into the city. Yeah. All right, I'm not getting stuck on that again. But this was the, what is this called? Dam road that I added. It just ends here, but I gave them a way to get out that way. And then you go under the expressway to get out that way. And it's being utilized. Mostly by trucks, but there are a few cars there, and that's a good thing. Tourism kind of went up, but I haven't really been paying too much attention to it. This area as well, I would have to go into assets, but in the monuments and unique buildings, there are items that I can plump down as well. You can only do it once, so I have to be careful where I place them down. They're like government buildings, but there are also a few sports. There's like an arena and a civic center. Things like that I could place down here, but I can't imagine that having any more of an impact on the traffic than is already being impacted. I know I'm making a mistake here. I keep telling myself it's that you're not giving them enough ways in and out. So I keep making them more ways in and out, and traffic just ends up compounding. So I'm like, have I got the philosophy all wrong or what? This is just a very popular place to be, and I've got to figure out a better way to handle it. But my goodness, you have so many ways to go, and I can't put any more roads down. I'm mucking up my riverfront, and it's making me sad. Dumb cars. I should just bury them all underground and let them deal with it themselves, and then I don't have to look at this. That would be ideal. And then I don't care if traffic got down to 14%. Well, I would, because then things would come to a grinding halt. So, I think that's about... I'm sorry. Very boring video, but all of it was just rework and more rework, trying to get things to work. I managed to succeed in some areas. This was crazy. But these guys enjoy their bus system and the metros. They have one here and here, I think. Yeah. The buses go all over the place because the metro, the hub, is right here. And this is also overutilized. I gave these guys buses, and my goodness, within minutes, over 1,000 people were using the buses just inside here. It helped alleviate the traffic that is still bad here, but it's moving. But this traffic, before I tweaked things here, was backed up all the way down here, and I'm not exaggerating. It ended down here and came all the way up. And that wasn't moving day. It was just a daily occurrence. So that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry this is a rather curmudgeonly video, but that's what I have been putting up with for the past few days, trying to get things to work. So you'll see areas where I just stopped. I just quit. And I'm glad that this has stabilized. I'm sad that this is so low. And it keeps bouncing up and down, but it hasn't gone past that number, that 55, in quite some time. So it's like, do I just sit back and wait for them to see? Look at the death. And this area here, there's no traffic at all. So why is it taking them so long to pick up the bodies? And I'm going to show you real quick here. I'm just going to go to this. Look at that. Okay? All those purple buildings are death care. It just... Why? They can't all be stuck in this little corner here. Because that's got nothing to do with this. It's got nothing to do with this. But this is all death care. You can't tell me I don't have enough death care in this place. Oh well. And I could, again, be overreacting. But 2 or 3 times, I can't quite remember, I had abandonment issues because people weren't picking up dead bodies. With all that purple sticking out of the ground that you plainly saw. So I jacked it all the way up, and I can only hope it worked. But man, my money here, it went from 31,000 down to $400. 400. Slowly making its way back up. See, it goes up and down. Oh, you know what? I forgot to show you. This was the last thing I did before I quit for the night. What is this? The Statue of Industry? Yeah. Oh, it's not, it's too bad the sun. It should face this way, but you're overlooking your industry, dear. Maybe I could turn around. But look how many people are visiting, even before I finished with the paths and stuff. There are lots of people hanging out here. And all they have is a clinic and a crematorium. But I like this hill. I think this is neat. Coming down. And so they have a road, but they also have the pedestrian path. Yes, it's steep, and I know I could have gone that, but I wanted to do this rock thing. So you come down here and you can hook onto this road, which leads into this city. And this overpass here takes you down to this path, which leads you in here. So I added the rocks and the trees at the moment. Now that's another issue that I'm having with this brush here. It works when it wants to, and then it doesn't. It added them and then it just stops. So there's something wrong with this, which is already telling me that it's in conflict with the latest version. So I know you're not supposed to put trees on the edge of cliffs like that. Although I have seen them. I mean, I live in Michigan, and the further north you go, the more hilly it gets. And we have pine and birch trees coming straight to 75 going up a hill like that. So yes, it does occur. There's nothing unnatural about this. But my brush died. My brush died, so it looks a little weird this way. I'm sorry. There's nothing I could do about it. But I like this. I think I'm not too bad as a decorator. So that's as far as I've gotten. I hope you like my changes and my adjustments. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I do appreciate the fact that you stuck with me to the end. Thank you so much for doing that. Like the video if you did, and subscribe if you're interested. Take very good care of yourselves now, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.